Hey everybody, this is Steve X bringing you some breaking news for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. It is that time again for another patch to fix bugs and different issues that people are complaining about within the game. And the biggest release right now is being released for December 6th evening. That's Thursday 2012 for PS3 and December 7th estimated for Xbox 360. On PS3, that's version 1.04, and I don't think they do versioning on Xbox. But anyway, so I've got the release notes here, and let me break down the biggest changes that we're going to see in here. These are huge. There's over 63 changes in these release notes, broken out into things such as new features, issues addressed, and different things for gameplay balancing, which affects guns and score streaks. So let's go ahead and talk about these. I'm not going to go into all of them because there's just way too many to list here. So what I'm going to do is focus on the top ones that I think will affect your gameplay and the greatest number of people out here. And just FYI, there will be a link to these release notes for the PS3 and for Xbox when the Xbox One is released. Those will be in the description for the video here. So let's get started. So we're going to first look at issues addressed. So first one here, that's a big one, this is huge, is players with Black Hat PDA can no longer hack a care package faster than the owner can capture it. This will be great, especially for douchebag players stealing their own teammates' care packages. And I'm looking at you, Son of Sam, 1902, I think that was your name. You can go suck a bag of dicks. You stole 4 of my care packages in one round, and oh, okay. Anyway, so I got that off my chest. Anyway, but yeah, so that's great. I think that's fair. If you have a black hat, you shouldn't really be able to steal a care package faster than the person who called it out. So that's definitely fair. So that should balance out the PDA a little bit there. So that's a good one. There's also going to be a couple of other things here, like added a failsafe, so prevent spawn trapping and capture the flag. That was an issue people were reporting. Also increase sight checks on turrets so that there's less chance of you spawning in front of an active turret. So that's great. There's some shrubs in Nuketown map that you can no longer climb on. And another one, this one, I actually noticed this, and this bothered me, but custom classes. Once you prestige and you unlock an additional custom class, you are not able to copy onto that custom class. And I thought it was a bug or just something, kind of a strange oversight. It seemed weird that you can't do that. Well, with this patch, you will now be able to copy to slots 6 and above once you have those unlocked through prestige tokens. So that's great. And I actually mentioned that in a how to prestige video that I just put out recently. So now I have to edit that video. So great, thanks guys. But anyway, so that's great. So that's fixed. Now let's talk about gameplay balancing. So this is the stuff that's really going to affect you guys the most. First of all, and this is surprising, UAV, the cost is going to increase from 350 points to 425 points. That's roughly a kill and a half more to get UAV. So that's interesting that they're doing that. Also, lightning strikes, they've added 3/4 of a second delay from the time you call it out to when it strikes. So hopefully that will mean that you don't get blown up and then hear the game telling you, lightning strike inbound, in which case you say, yeah, thanks for the tip, dipshit. So anyway, so there you go. Lightning strike, 3/4 of a second delay now. So moving on, let's look at equipment and grenades. So the bouncing Betty will have a trigger grace period increase by 0.2 of a second. It's not huge, but maybe it'll give people just that much time more to get out of the way. And concussion grenades, the penalty on movement and speed and turning basically will be slightly decreased. So you will be able to respond a little quicker once you're hit with a concussion grenade. So that's cool. I'm going to skip one here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to save SMGs for last. Let's talk about assault rifles. So all assault rifles will have reduced idle sway for more reliable long-range aiming. So that's pretty good. The XM8 specifically will have a reduced lethal range on its 3-hit kills from 250 to 50 inches. So that's kind of interesting. You have to be that close actually to get the 1-hit kill on it. So we'll see how that actually turns out in gameplay, because I believe it actually fires 4-round bursts. So let's see what that actually turns out when it's actually being used. And there will also be increased recoil when using the select fire on the XM8s. And also the FAL and the SWAT will have increased recoil, and the MTAR will be made auto-aim values will be consistent with other assault rifles. So they're boosting the auto-aim consistency to make it a little more consistent with other assault rifles. So that's pretty good. For sniper rifles, they're increasing the hip fire spread, so you'll be a little less likely to just get a random hip fire on people. I know that was happening to me quite a bit. That also is impacted if you are using the laser sight on it. You will also still have increased hip fire spread. And then they are increasing the recoil on the XPR 50 sniper rifle just slightly. And I don't know if you've been shot by these and seen these kill cams, but it's kind of ridiculous that that thing is so smooth while they're just unloading shot after someone. So it's probably good that they're increasing the recoil just a little bit to make it a little more realistic for that gun. The shotguns for the only thing changing here is the R870 shotgun will have a reduced one-hit kill range. It will be reduced by 45 inches. So that's almost 4 feet reduced. So maybe it'll make it a little less of a Superman gun from those crazy distances people are getting those one-shot kills on you with it. The pistols, the B23R and the Cap 40. I love these handguns. Basically, they're just reducing the headshot multiplier on it. So it'll probably, if you're hitting someone in the head, it'll take probably one more bullet. It's reducing the multiplier from 1.4 to 1. Basically, they're just gimping it a little bit because apparently people are just dying way too often when getting wasted by these pistols. So B23R and Cat 40 getting gimped just a little bit on headshots only. Now the big change here, this is what's going to affect everyone, is SMGs. I know my friends are talking about this all the time, saying Black Ops 2 is an SMG game. If you're not running an SMG, you are probably at a disadvantage. Well, Treyarch is definitely listening to that, but more so than just listening to feedback, they go by the math. And what they're seeing is basically when you add up all the math and the impact band from these guns is that the SMGs are just too overpowered. So they're making some changes here. So here are 3 changes that affect all SMGs. They will all have increased hip fire recoil. Okay, that's first off. Second, they will have increased max hip fire spread from 4.75 to 5, which is just basically it's a multiplier within the game code itself. But basically what that means is it's increasing the spread when you're shooting from hip fire by, I don't know, what is that, maybe 10%. So it's not a huge change, but it'll hopefully gimp it just a little bit. And they're also reducing bullet penetration for all SMGs. Specifically for the MSMC, they're increasing recoil, and also for the PDW 5.7. So for those 2 SMGs, they're increasing the recoil slightly for those 2 guns. So that pretty much covers it. That covers all of the changes that are happening here. So high level, SMGs getting gimped a little bit. They're too overpowered. And UAV is increasing in cost. Lightning Strike getting a slight delay. Pretty much it. That's the main ones that were big ones, and being able to copy a custom class now in slot 6 and above. So great stuff. Basically what this tells me is the developers are definitely listening and to their community. But the main thing, and this is what David Vonderhaar says in his tweets here, he says it's all math. This is nothing personal. It's math. When they look at all of their ratings, because they see when are people being killed after spawns and everything. They have ratings for all this stuff, and they track an enormous amount of statistics to figure out what stuff needs to be fine-tuned within the game. And they make it a point that this is not the last time they're going to tweak and change things within Black Ops 2. But this is definitely the biggest change we're seeing since the game is released. So there you have it. So that is the full list of changes coming with this patch update. Again, releasing PS3 December 6th, Thursday night, and that should be live now. And Xbox is slated to release on December 7th. That's Friday. So these should be live at that point, so just in time for your weekend gaming sessions. And I will have links to both of these release notes when they are available. PS3 notes are out now. in the description for the video. So that's it. And so there you have it. Well, I hope you guys learned something new. I know I did. And if you like what you heard, go ahead and give me a like. I really appreciate it. Otherwise, go ahead and subscribe. I've got a lot more Call of Duty Black Ops 2 information on the way, so stay tuned. So thanks a lot for listening, and good hunting.